Taking photos like this is quite straightforward, but with fireflies, there is a slight complication. Using a camera flash while fireflies are around can cause them to stop flashing, and as fireflies put up these stunning displays in search of mates, excessively disturbing them might mean a whole lot less of them next year. But not using a light means photos usually end up blurry and messy. So I figured out a solution. I'll just have to use the flash while the fireflies weren't out yet. So just as twilight begun, before any fireflies took flight, we took the base photo and were really careful not to move the camera at all until the fireflies appeared. Now just capturing fireflies using long exposure photography seems pretty straightforward. But here's a little tip that I have that I think most photographers don't really think about too much. When you're photographing fireflies, you are really balancing two exposures. Firstly, the exposure of the fireflies, and secondly, the exposure of the surroundings. So I have a flash over here, and this will represent the firefly. It's always gonna fire at the exact same brightness. Now I'll take a photo, and watch what happens when I halve the shutter speed and take the photo again. As you can see in the second photo, the brightness of the flash remains the same, but the ambient exposure decreases. So the brightness of the fireflies relative to the brightness of the surroundings is going to be dictated by the shutter speed. In practice, this is a lot harder to fine-tune because the ambient light is going to constantly change, and the shutter speed also affects how long the light trails are going to be. So after photographing the fireflies, I'll have to composite them together, which involves opening them as layers in Photoshop and blending in each flash of light. And yes, this kind of feels like I'm cheating a bit, which is why I don't particularly like doing composites. But in this situation, if it means photographing the fireflies more ethically, I think it's worth the trade-off.